Eric, please save us or we're dying here. We need help. The shorts are winning the battle. Come on, Eric. We need you. We need you. He's going to be presenting on July 13th, baby. Finally, he's coming out. The big boys, the big guns are coming out, baby. Eric, our CEO, the PhD, the legend himself, the man himself. Now, I wouldn't get super excited on this, right? This is, last presentation, there was literally jack shit was said. Okay, literally nothing new. But this one, hey, who knows? This is before an earnings. Remember, this is before an earnings. The last one was right after it. And there's a lot more information going on. And there's a lot of more drama in the damn stock price. Well, arguably, right? The last stock price, last earnings was right on there. But anyways, I want to go over that along with the actual other presentation that we have. The CMO, Al Kachabi. She's talking tomorrow. Not tomorrow, on Saturday. Sorry, excuse me. She's talking on Saturday. I want to go over that, and we got the article here. We got some subtle hints there. I want to reiterate some stuff there in the short interest data. I want to give you some couple points there as far as what to look for in these next few days. How, squeeze, Brandon, squeeze. What the hell, Brandon? We're going down. Brandon, we're going down. Make the stock go up. The short interest. Okay, you know what I mean, right? Everyone loves me on a green day. Everyone thinks I'm a genius. And then red day, it's like, Brandon, I understand it. It's what you get when you're a YouTuber. I understand. I'm not complaining, but I'm gonna go over the squeeze. Is the squeeze still possible with all this shit going on? The short borrow fee rate, institutional ownership. We actually have an institution buying in yesterday. Believe it or not, yes, and you heard that right. Not the file date. The transaction day is not, the file date is not indicative of the transaction day, but in this case, it actually pretty much is. Because if you actually look at the effective date, because I have premium FinTel, you can actually see exactly when. I want to go over what date that was. We have a new freaking study. This is actually not new, but we're just now finding out about this. So we've known about this for a little while, right? June 7th, we've known about it for a while. It is still, there is still the peer review. It is under review right now, right? So there's a ton of stuff going on here, and I want to go over just a small tidbit about what's going on here with the tomato study, sort of. That's what I'll call it. Okay, I didn't even read. I have not read the whole thing. Okay, it's literally, what is it? How many pages is it? It's 21 damn pages. Yeah, you heard that right. All right, now I also want to go over the PLA codes. We actually got the final code descriptors in today, which is, it sounds like, it's like, what the hell is this? Okay, I'm not an expert in this. This is not my expertise, but I want to go over what this means likely, and I want to say what's going on with the price. I want to give you just my take on FUD and freaking out and panic selling and the shit that we've seen and the bullshit, quite frankly. Call it what it is, right? A spade is a damn spade, am I right? Call it what it is, and give you an example, an empirical example that I have had, the experience that I have had, and many of you have had on the videos and back when we had to make videos when we were going down. Literally, every single day. And then May 13th, that was the bottom, and luckily, our conviction, and at least for me, was able to grant me the opportunity to load up, and I did luckily effectuate that, and here we are. Even with all the carnage today, the portfolio is still up like 60%, and that's pretty much only because of BNGO. And I want to go over the technical analysis and my position. Okay, you can just pause it right there and see my whole position, but I want to go over that. So, and the price action is technical analysis and all that. So the first thing is the CEO, right? So there's not much to say here. We already had a whole video dedicated to this, but this is likely to be a catalyst. So mark this down, right? July 13th. We're going to be streaming it. Of course, you're welcome, my friends. And the CMO on Saturday. Last time she smoked was a while ago. This was about 2 earnings reports ago. And this one, at least that I saw, and she is very good. She worked with CMA. She has FDA approval experience. She knows what the hell she's doing, right? And she actually understands the tech fully, right? We try to understand it fully, but these people that actually are the C-suite members, they just have something. They have a deeper level of understanding than we do. Hopefully she can explain that and be very articulate and get some new investors interested in the actual technology, all right? So this article right here, another catalyst, right? And this is something that I didn't actually mention in the overview, but if we go up here, okay, before we actually talk about this, there's actually one catalyst that, right, we already know about one, right? Well, we already know about 2. This is 1 potential, this is 2 potential, and then this is the 3rd, and this is not really potential. This is pretty much 100% a catalyst. Now, is this priced in or not? I don't know. I think a lot of people forgot about this because I know I forgot about it for many weeks, okay? Because we haven't heard anything about it, okay? Quarter 2, 2021, accreditation for Savr-based LDTs for all ALL and FSHD. That's the muscular dystrophy disease. This is another disease in certain European Union markets, right? So LDTs are important. They're damn important for actually getting into the diagnostic realm, to my basic understanding of what laboratory developed tests are for and what the benefits are of them and why you actually want them, right? So we have a quarter 2 ending of that was yesterday. Today is the first day of quarter 3. Right? We haven't gotten any news about this. So I'm hoping in this, hopefully we get the CEO to say it, that, we actually do have those LDTs working, and we are likely, and we have seen increased sales in these European Union markets because of this. That's what I'm hoping happens, or, a PR sometime this week, today, tomorrow. over the weekend, whatever, whenever. But this should have already happened, and are they going to let us know about it or not? At least at the very least, I hope they'll bring this up in the earnings call. So that's good. And this right here, I think this is another. I label this as a catalyst. Okay, the company is validating assays for each of the 5 groups, right? And that's leukemia, lymphomas, solid tumor, cancer, blood research, and prenatal and postnatal. Those 5 groups, the 5 clinical studies, right? The management talked about measures to validate different sample collections, right? So we're talking about ape language. We're talking about more samples, right? We have blood samples and cancer biopsy protocols and the tissue cell stuff. And okay, now I sound really smart throwing all these big terms around. Okay, I'm just telling you what the company, what I've seen from the company, right? I am not a scientist, but basically it doesn't take a genius to figure out that if the Sapphire is able to use more samples and more sample types, it's going to increase the potential customers and market, right? Because, it's harder to analyze genomes if there's only one sample type, right? You can only do blood compared to something that is the exact same product but can do blood, tissue, and cheek swabs, right? I mean, that's big right there. Also, these as well. Amniocytes. So these are both I don't know how I'm pronounced that right. Anyways, these are both good things. That's a potential catalyst, and they talked about measures to validate those. And this article was from yesterday, right? So also, I'll go up to the day if you didn't see that video, right? If you think I'm bullshitting you, right? No, hell no, I never bullshit. June 30th, there you go. Short interest on the day, right? So you're looking at 62 million, right? So to sum it up, I want to be very quick today, short sweet, right? So the short interest is doing nothing today. Okay, this is the last update from Badform. Thank you to Badform the Discord for sending us these updates. It's the same, okay? The price went down 6% today. The shorts didn't even do anything. The shorts didn't even do anything, and they didn't even have to work for it. They just sent us way lower. High growth was down today. I want to get into what's going on if I'm holding, if I'm freaking out. I'm sure you can figure out if I'm freaking out or not. But okay, no. But the short interest is about the same, and the squeeze potential is still there 100%. And with these catalysts and with earnings coming up, I'm kind of getting a little bit too excited, and I kind of really want to add like hundreds and thousands, not thousands. I don't have that kind of money, but at least 1,100 shares. I really want to. I almost did today. And that's what I'll say for the short interest. Also, the short bar fee rate, I just want to say, just because some people might think I'm one-sided, I only say the bullish stuff. I wanted to throw this out there. Okay, short bar fee rate halved according to Fintel, which is not what you want to see, right? You want to see this go up, right? This means it's just getting easier for the shorts to actually take up new positions because the annualized fee is actually going lower, so they don't have to actually, their profitability becomes higher. This incentivizes more shorts to actually take up new positions, which could be bullish in the long run, but short term, it's not exactly what you want to see. Okay, so if we look at the filing data, this is a 13F filing from these guys right here, this LLC right here. All right, your effective date is looking at, it's June 30th, and these guys added 3,000 shares, and it doesn't actually have the average share price, which is interesting. But we do know, based on logic and basic math, that if they added yesterday, they must have bought in between 710 and 740-ish, right? This candle right here, this is where they must have bought in at. So they must have bought in that range, and they're in the red right now, so it just makes you feel good that, hey, institutions are buying in at these prices, and they're already in the red, and, they're holding to our knowledge, at least right now, right? And the filing can come out tomorrow, and they panic sell, right? Is that likely? Are institutions likely to panic sell? Institutions are a lot of things, but emotional traders, not typically. So that is good. I would say that's good to see. All right, so the tomato study. So you can see right here, they assembled a highly continuous and complete genome sequence of Heinz, whatever, yada yada, using Bionano data and Illumina. And you see this as a staple, right? Illumina and Bionano working together. And I don't care if Bionano Sapphire is not being sold as in like sole usage, right? I only want a Sapphire, I don't want any other product, right? If it's going to be complementary to Illumina, are you kidding me? Illumina, do you know how many products Illumina has sold out there right now in the markets? If we can become complementary and just have one Sapphire next to one Sapphire for every 5 Illumina products, I mean, it's over. We're going to $20 a share and beyond. Okay, that's as simple as it gets. Here's the conclusion. So they identified 6 candidate genes in 2 genomic regions, yada yada. So you can read this yourself. It's pretty cool. But basically, they did produce a high quality tomato genome that will facilitate the molecular dissection of the important agronomic traits in tomato, right? So this is kind of, I'm just going to say what I think about this, right? I'm not a scientist. Maybe some of you understand more, and I'm sure some of you do understand more about this actual study. But I will say this just makes me think of gene editing and using sequencing and OGM and Sapphire. OGM is Sapphire to look at stuff and understand, okay, this part of the genome we need to decrease, because in order to know what you need to edit in or out and decrease and increase of a genome and what genes you need to increase and amplify and whatever suppress, you need to know what the genome freaking is, and you need to see them, and you need to see those greater than 500 base pair DNA molecules. You need to be able to see everything, and with the without the Sapphire, it's impossible. Essentially, I mean, you can use the Karyotype and other methods and just lose money, or you can just switch to Sapphire and have a way better freaking accuracy, easier to use, less hands-on time, faster turnaround time, higher throughput, cheaper, right? It's better than detected, less false positive, higher sensitivity, okay, yada yada. The whole fucking spiel. All right, simple as it gets. So that's like, you like to see this. All right, and this is, and I already talked about the date right there's the date right there. It's not necessarily super new, but it's relatively new. This is the first that it's been going around. So usually this channel, if it's been going around for a while, we already have covered it, but no one, I haven't seen anyone cover this, and usually we're covering it like this. No one knew about this before, though. So anyways, it did happen this month. Anyways, all right, so the PLA codes. This thing is the long code descriptors, right? If you search BNGO or Bionano, if you go down here, right, so essentially rare diseases, constitutional heritable disorders, identification of copy number, right, structural variant types, by OGM, and that's what the PLA code is. Okay, it's not big by any means, but if you scroll down a little bit, Praxis Optical Genome Mapping. So Praxis Genomics LLC and OGM now have a PLA code that they have a PLA code together. So by optical genome mapping, and you know, this is I'm not an expert on PLA codes. I tried to do a lot of research on it. There's just not that much great information that I could find, so I can't tell you factually what the exact extrapolation is for this, but I would say, based on very good sources from people that I don't know about trust. I can't trust in people that I don't know for sure is a little bit hard, but you know, people who are very smart and who have been in our community for a long time say this is a path and the first step to reimbursement, and I do believe that may have some merit to it. So that, take it for what it is. Also, okay, so I'm gonna go over this thing at the end because I don't think people want to care about that. But the price action today. So the technical analysis, right? We're down like 7% of the day. We're down 7% of the day. Did I flinch? Am I worried? No, I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. This is nothing. Okay, it looks really bad from a short-term standpoint, but if you just zoom out and see my average and a lot of other people, and realize that most people's averages are way lower than I am, you know, a lot of people are way higher as well, but it's just, I'm not worried. I'm not worried, and I'm not worried because the company is not, the stock price is not the company, and that's as simple as it gets. All right, be greedy when others are fearful. I'm not panicking. Do what you got to do, you know, if you're worried, if you can't take the stress. But I'm just, I kind of hope we go down more so I can actually buy in on stream. That would be fun. But we're down about 6% of the day. If we look at some indicators, right, you're getting almost into oversold territory. The stochastic indicator, I really wish we were a little bit more oversold though. Bollinger Bands did 21 SMA. You confirmed the breakdown. We're basically in firmly bearish territory, and one key indicator, I think, is that we did close barely above the 21-day weekly exponential moving average, 21, and the 15-day simple moving average on the weekly time frame. Both of those are supporting the price action very nicely right now, and I would love to see us bounce off those, because if we break those, you know, I mean, we don't really have, I mean, I guess we have the 55-day sitting at like 650, and then we have the 61.8% Fibonacci level. But besides that, if we break that 650, it's, you know, we don't really, besides being oversold and besides people just buying the dip, which I'm sure if we continue to dip down to 650 or even 5, even lower than 6, I'm sure there will be plenty of people, including myself, throwing the rest of their life savings in if they have anything else. I can speak for myself and saying I will 100% buy and use the rest of my money in this account and more, hopefully, to literally go all in on BNGO if we see less than $6 again, most likely. Now, if there's a fundamental decrease, if there's an earnings report that sucks, or if there's, you know, if the CEO sells something or whatever it is, right? Now that may change it, but if we keep going down for no reason, yeah, you better bet your ass I'm adding a ton of shares, my friends. So those are some levels that you want to watch short terms, right? So the 55, just pull these moving averages up. I don't want to say the levels because, you know, they're going to move every day, but I will say this: the weekly 21 EMA on the weekly and the 15-day SMA on the weekly, they're both at 660, 670. I would really like that to be the bottom, and these are going to stay the same, right? This is, remember, these only move with every weekly candle, and we're not going to get a new weekly candle until next week, till Tuesday. So keep that in mind. These are going to stay around 670, 660. I would love to see that be the bottom for the next few days. Obviously, if we go down, am I worried? Hell no. Okay, I'm just not. If also, I want to look at the daily super trend. You're still in bullish territory. So, you know, it's not like, you know, if some people may claim, you know, Brandon, we're in totally firm downtrend territory. Like, no, we're absolutely not, okay? Or does that mean we're going to go up tomorrow? No, not. We could go down another 10%. We could go down 20% tomorrow, okay? No one knows. Okay, let me break it to the fools out there. Nobody knows exactly what's going to happen. Most of the time, people don't get it. Okay, like for example, this week I have been way wrong. I've been way off this week, and I'm not worried one bit. But I've been way wrong this week. Short-term predictions this week, I've been way wrong. I mean, I said an 870 price target. You know, we got kind of close. We hit 820, but you know, it's just been free falling since that. But then at the same time, you know, do what you got to do. Make your own damn decisions. Your money. It's your money, not my investing decision. It's your investing decision, my friends. But I will say that we're not. It's not as if we just. It's not as if we're going to like likely fall down another 20% just based on the technicals. Okay, that's what I'll say for sure, or even 5% in that matter. Okay, that's just my opinion though. That's just my opinion. I think there will be a big bounce here short term, but I'll do more of the rants on the streams. Okay, now I do want to talk here before we show the portfolio, before we end it really quickly. These videos right about now, right, this is the earnings, the top 10 earnings takeaways, right? But if we look right here, the technical analysis, right? This video here, this was on May 13th. And I was still here, and everyone was down. Right? Look at my average. Look at my average price here. 1,000 shares at 576, and the price is at 489. Are you serious? I mean, that is brutal. And where am I? Where my portfolio is in the red. I'm getting killed. I'm still here, and I'm still confident. And I'm not confident because the damn technicals, the charts, lines on the chart. Right? You guys know I respect technicals. I think the technicals are very important. But I'm investing in the company. I'm not investing in the stock. If that, well, okay, you know what I mean. You know what I'm trying to say, right? That's what Tony Stark would say, right? I just reminded myself of freaking what do you call it? Of Tom Holland, if that's his name, the new Spider-Man dude. Anyways, with that being said, I just wanted to tell you on May 13th, I was still here and I was still saying the right thing. So a lot of people may say, you know, maybe it's time to sell right now. Make your own decision, but you need to understand that we've been through this before. And of course, one example, you know, I hate when people say I would make way more money right now if I went to college. You should definitely go to college, right? No, there's a ton of factors, and there's a ton of factors in every decision. That's the fallacy of composition, right? That's the most common fallacy in the world, right? Looking at one thing and making an assumption based on that thing and applying it to a whole different thing with a thousand more factors that weren't present in the first one, right? We have earnings coming up. We have way higher short interest. We have a different technical analysis. The broader markets are a different thing with inflation, stagflation. There's a thousand different factors right now that there was on May 13th. But still, you have to factor in that last time we had any sort of fear, any sort of level, the fear that we have now, that was on May 13th, and we went up 100% less than a month. Am I saying that's going to happen again? No, not necessarily, but I think you should consider all this stuff in your decision. And with that being said, please go on the streams. If you're like really in need, like Brandon, I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should sell. You can just contact me, okay? I'll talk. You guys know I have this channel is small enough. I literally will respond to everybody if you have a serious question, if I see it, which I do. If you email or whatever, text or Discord or whatever. Anyways, that being said, there's the portfolio. Okay, 100% BNGO. I'm holding, baby. I don't care how low we go. I'm holding until if we go down, I'm going down with the damn ship. That's as simple as it gets. Now, with that being said, let's screw the bastard shorts will get screwed eventually, I think. Let's screw them together. If you're with me, you know, I will follow you, my brother, my captain, my king. That's my message to everyone out there that is going to hold with me throughout these damn red days. That's my message to you. With that being said, thank you all so much. This is Not Financial Advice. I will see you all in the next one.